Facebook page, Nigeria Info 95.1 Abuja. So join us via that and let's have you leave your comments so that we can get your feedback. Thank you so much for always joining and we appreciate you. So today on our Sunny Conversation, we'll be at the issue of body shaming. Not people body shaming this time around, but parents body shaming children. Okay? Sometimes parents doing that a whole lot. Maybe you have an extremely fat child or you have a child that doesn't see the way you want them to in terms of the way them. So they look extremely maybe weight, or sometimes you find overweight. A woman cried out and she's really worried about her husband has been body shamed daughter. She said the girl is 14 old and this father keeps harping on the daughter. In fact, and he has a way of associating with the size, her size, and tell her she's not smart, this and that, and the woman is worried and she doesn't know. She has tried to talk to him, but he just doesn't. So the question is, children, parents body shaming their children. It's a different thing when you go out there and then people are shouting horrible or like, how is it here in Nigeria, right? You're there and people just throw comments at you. Like the other day I was here and someone said that me, I'm fat. Here you go, dude. I shamed myself that day. Anyway, I know myself, I can't be shamed. But people throw comments like that very carelessly and they don't know it goes to the root of the matter. It goes to the matter. It's a different thing when strangers throw at you or your friends. But parents, so handle issues like that. In this particular case, she's really getting frustrated because she's doing that to their daughter and the girl's image is just eating on a daily basis. And so she's saying, what does she need to do? So share your thoughts on parents body shaming their children. What do you think about, do parents go about children who have weight issues, whether underweight or overweight, or parents who do not seem satisfied with the weight of their children? Should they keep harping on it? Should they? What exactly should they do? Or should that be handled? Share your thoughts this afternoon on 0700 91 0000. And you can also join on our Facebook live streaming. 7 people already, with us on Facebook page. Thank you so much. And also join us on YouTube on Nigeria Info 95.1 Abuja live streaming on these platforms. Drop your comment, get to read them. Thank you so much. Right, call me up and share your thoughts with me. Hello. Hello.
Good afternoon, Your Excellency, Barrister Swat.
Good afternoon.
Excellency.
You're welcome.
I remember myself for Bakara Leketinubu calling from PW Kubo at this moment. Permit me to swap a bit.
What does she need to do?
My advice to myself and my callers and co-listeners: whenever somebody bring out an info that you are not sure of, don't say they are lying. Try to make your background. There is no point to compare and lie to overwhelming million people listening across the world. If at all, people are not keeping records. Our Creator, who is the Almighty, whom at the end of our life accountable to, is keeping. So for the records place, you can say, Kai, I don't agree or I doubt. To say outright lie, what I would like to call you pay me if I lie.
Okay, so I emphasize on that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. You did. You did. Barrister Swat, there was a Kaduna, he done his pupil, suddenly is hard pound. You understand?
Yeah.
Now the boy was getting depressed. Closer, do you know what he realized? Realized the young boy, the only black child among his siblings. All the rest he followed is the gene of his parent, while the others are very light in complexion. So they were calling Tambaki, that is black at home, while his other siblings and parents are fair in complexion. So that demoted that child, and the child began to withdraw from people and his performance. When he realized that, he now confronted it. So they were able to manage the situation, and he bounced himself.
Yeah.
Please, if as an adult you can control it. For instance, my nose is as big as trumpet. If you like, so I know send you.
I said no, so.
Yes, that's my nickname when I was growing up, because the nose always over your face. So what I'm concerned about is how to feed my children and take good care of my home and mother. That is the most paramount thing. But children, they don't understand that. Please, if life is about nature and nurture, Now food where they give them now they make and do pot. Why not doing this? When back from work, just carry your little guys wear and canvas. You and they be mopping our car around. And the kind of food you give them, please, very wrong. Among my one way, make a check a hand. That one get big head. Almost they won't begin to enter and make out and I say, everybody in this house, including your mother, that are here again. I will deal with him. So today, nobody call attach any to this thing. So that's it. Let's stop it. It demoralizes them. Children go through depression. It can depress them.
Yeah.
Please, let's be mindful. Thank you very much. So God bless our country.
Thank you. Thank you. That's very true. Children go through depression. Don't take it lightly. There was a story of Fortune. You remember Fortune, our colleague, who told us about a boy, I think about 10 years old boy, who got very depressed because of situations going at home. I don't know whether the parents were not in good condition, they didn't have a good relationship, or was it his? I can't remember the storyline. But this boy got suicidal, 10-year-old boy, and his father was going to move the car from the garage. The boy went and stayed behind the car so that the car would run him. Fortunately, looked through his back mirror and realized that the boy was there, and he quickly marched on the block. That was what prevented the running over his son. And I thought the boy did not know, but after deep into the matter, they really realized that he was going through some very tough times, and he deliberately stayed behind his father's car to be by the father. And it's made children and their own feelings. I think that's what a lot of adults overlook. He's just a kid. I'm reminding us the other day that children have very, very sharp memory. You ask me of things that happened in my pre-nursery days, and I can tell you. So I just say this thing, and people are like, and I'm telling you, I have a very great memory of those things. People did some nasty things, some good things, as far back as I was growing up, even before I to nursery school. So don't estimate children at their emotions, So, in case you're joining us, we're talking about parents bodying their children. Like Dr. Ali said, some call their children head, some say fat nose, some say you're too horrible, you're too like that, them all sorts of names. How should parents, handle issues as maybe body parts of their children that they're buried, whether it's the weight or any whatsoever? How should it best handle? I would like for us to share this afternoon, okay? Call me up and discuss this. Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, welcome.
And good afternoon for that side also. So I don't mind me. This is happening. Me, for instance, called me. In fact, my stepmom and my head. Because let me use my language. He said, "Aruro bobo." That's that of how you call a bed. I have big eyes there. Because then I used to have big head, but very tiny. So you can see those ones.
Hello? Sorry, Umar. Call me back.
Hello, good afternoon. Swat.
Good afternoon. Welcome.
This is Vice from Ako.
All right, go ahead.
Take good care of our...
No, children. Parents body shame children.
Our children. This issue of my children, some parents have deliberately or out of unplanned carefulness to ruin their children. Whatever a child demands for, give to the child. You will claim you have, you can take care of the child. You don't want your child to suffer. You don't want your child to check and not fetch water from the. They can't cook. They can't go to bed. Nothing. You pass the child to a ruin. So we learn how to actually our nature. We teach nature. And there are something we must go through. If we ignore some certain things, somewhere along the line, it will come back to start continuing.
So how do you handle, for example, that you've been feeding very well, you've been giving them all the nutrition, balanced diet, and that doesn't seem to be adding weight as you want them to? How do you handle that?
No. In that case, a child is feeding well. You are doing everything to do, and you're not feeding, it's not growing. There's time for everything. You cannot twist the hand of God. God gave us a child. What is in him or her? And any act to go against that, against may bring doom to that child. Don't let it to take its course. The person actually have a small body. Look, when we are playing, even as I class in secondary school, I was still playing a junior. But somewhere along the miraculously, I just that health came. That is.
All right.
So we can do the one we can do as human beings, but there are something to live for God. In as much as we are taking good care of your chin and all, and it's not growing. I to put him inside the bag of fertilizer for it to grow.
All right. Thank you.
And if you want to give the person what is eating, the body may not, but the sickness may enter and
Okay.
damage the one body
All right.
part of the person's body the other.
Thank you. Thank you for the contribution. Right. Hello? Hello?
Hey, Swat.
Yeah.
Hello, Swat.
I can hear you.
Be called in your Scott.
Okay.
KD.
All right.
Yes. Swat, like I was saying,
Hello?
it's not actually good. Me, for instance, I discovered this name, calling this name, was not what I can condone. Just take and pass part of me. If you like, call me snake and your business. If you call me anything, I don't care. For as long as that's not who I am, I just get going. Small boy who's in my house and my younger brother's children for a visit. There's the smallest I call, even up today, Abuja. That's what I call him.
Hello?
Hello?
What did you say?
Hello?
Yeah.
I said I call him Apuche.
What does that mean?
Like he's very like this. So other ones are big, but he's not those, he's not those very lively in that name. But he answers. If I could say sir, and they go wrong, come. But they go like that. So what I tell people is, but they shame you, or they call you different. Just assume they know your name. Just move ahead. If not like that, I don't turn that butcher. I mean, they call him. Say my that big boy with big eyes then. So, nothing.
All right. Thank you very much. Hello?
Hello, sir.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome.
Thank you. I caller. The caller before the last one talk about think on how parents should over pamper their children. I love that idea because this will happen in our society today. With parents from the age to 10 or 7 or 5 over things. Everything is you to have enough time.
No, but guys, what we're talking about is not pampering. We're talking about body shaming by parents of their children. How should that be handled? When you have a child is fight about their looks or some part of their body, how does over pampering come into this whole issue?
No, I understand. The key topic. Before I've been listening to other callers, just because that guy called and they kind of stimulate me to call. I have to kind of give him as well before I will give my own contribution.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So, kind of overstay children. Some people do it because in the village. I spend most of my life village.
Okay.
Sometimes it's just common. It's just a simple way of kind of treating children the way we want them to grow. So some people even compare, like Mama even compare the child head like that of a father head like that your papa owns. So the child may kind of smile and he know that my mother will correct me in what I don't understand. So this is how family treat them. I don't say anything wrong about this.
Calling children names, really?
No, not a kind of treat them. Not a kind of sometimes short children don't mean so. It mean literally. It's the way everybody got the own way of treating their. Okay, for example, now let me use. I'm a Christian. In a church, do tell us that you don't have to maybe child committed one or the other. You kind of rape or abuse this word that can even change the destiny of the child negative. For example, you say you will this thing is good, understand? Or you be like you aim to kind of some monster.
All right.
Understand? So for some, hello.
I can. But you need to round up.
Okay. Oh, my own. I remember this kind of names my mother used to call. You be like your father. You do this, you do that. And she kind of say, compare me to be one of the greatest in the village or so.
Right.
For me, I don't see anything wrong because sometimes it's done to correct time.
Okay. Correcting using grading words. I don't know how that would come on. I think we have an issue in Africa. How we take them as normal is correction. I don't understand. People's reasoning have been overshadowed by some of these things. But getting a child to correct, I mean, a man who dares not, no matter how much, her children go wrong, she never calls. In fact, while correcting them, he tells them, you're a good boy. So good boy is this. You're a good girl. You're this, you're that, them, and saying the positive thing towards them while correcting them, no matter how she gets. She never. So they use insult, body shaming a child as a way of correction. I think it's weird. I don't know how people, get comfortable with that, but I think it's culture that is prevalent, and it's something we need to check out. All right, let's come to the social media and acknowledge here. Thank you so much on our office. You said, well done, Ma. This is a very vital topic. Shaming is really bad and can self-esteem. We should be tolerant as a people and help people with certain defects genuinely if we can. That's Nigeria. Okay. Thank you so much, Ona Francis. That's your message. Abdul Salami said, good afternoon. See you and God bless Nigeria. Amen. Augustine Eze, see your message here. Thank you so much. You keep on your good work. I appreciate you. Let me come to the YouTube. On YouTube, I have a couple of messages, and I'm so excited about this. All right, Colin Ogboso said, Swat, you're looking great. Keep up. Thank you so much. Adebare, he said, Swat. And he's calling. Thanks. Emeka said, but you're not looking bad at all. And one so much, Emeka. Otumba Docking said, Swat a halo. With you, that man is not a responsible person. Matter of fact, he's destroying that child right from home. To bring in the council of elders into this. And then Otumba Docking said, he said, if you're feeding a child and she is not growing and you wife are on big side, then you need a DNA test. Is it that bad? Okay, let's move back to the phone. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. Welcome.
Yeah, my name is Abuja calling from.
Okay, welcome.
Yeah, the issue on body shaming is not really an ideal thing for parents, children. We try as much as we can to accept our children are being delivered to us by God. But if you are not able in one way or the other on their outlook, for instance, they will type their call horrible. We can work on their diet. Maybe search some of them that is contribute about body size. So introduce them to exercise. They will used to it very early in time, which will really boost their self-image and also their alertness, mentalness also. And have they type their call lekpa, something of the skinny type, then you work on their diet. No one to withdraw. Excessive sugar can produce a worm, and that one will never allow to add the flesh. The body. You work on the monitor what they eat. Most of these some women are good at this. Their food, early morning breakfast is those fast food, which is not really very healthy to children's body. Something like corn meal, processed meal, apple. You can eat as well. Eat corn, and there is nothing wrong about it. We grow and we are healthy. Then also, I think these are some of that will be healthy for the proper growth. That is my contribution.
Thank you so much. Pleasure. Makes a lot of sense. So much. I appreciate it.
Good afternoon, Swat.
Good afternoon to you.
How are you?
Thank you. What's your name?
My name is Comrade Saliso.
Okay.
I think on this issue about the children, I want to tell you some three dimensions. Some children are born fatness. Whether they eat food or they drink, they just take it, they drink, they just fat. Some are there eating food. So it's not all fatness is just for food. Because I have a student, so my children very water, they never eat much food. Don't want bread, they don't like bread. Give this to no one. Eat just food, not much in his fat. Sleeping all the time, making fat. So and some of them, when they sit down and they sit down, they will come. They will not talk to me, they will not disturb me. I need to come closer to them. What is the problem? They will begin to tell me. There is somebody on their school, they will sit down with. They are thinking about the person that, or you think the body is one boy caught my head, trouble me every day. So I'll begin to calm them down. So there is problem, you calm them down. Something you talk to them, they will continue with them, they will tell you every secret. So you are not closer to them. You are far from them, you cannot know any every day. They are okay. And they are not. But when you see them, they look there and tell you what's the problem. You see them, they will say, I'm not well. Oh. They will tell you everything. You need to focus your student with the actual problem they are disturbing. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Messages. Don't forget, if you're just joining, we're talking about parents shaming their children. It could be based on their weight. It could be based on the size of a body. Like Abubakar said, he called a big nose. You know, people calling children to head and all of that. Some say, I correct someone by insulting the child or body shaming. Do you know that children's esteem self gets tampered with? Do you know children are also into getting to depression? So where did we learn misnomer of saying you're correcting a child by consistently negative things and throwing words at them? I don't understand though. But then how much can we handle body? Because we're a society that's very fond of doing that. We call children actually names based on their body. Maybe you think their head is too big, their eyes, their body size, their legs, their, whatever. You just pick out something happening on that. And how best can handle? Because if your child's self is crushed at home, how much more do you exposing them to the outside predators? There are bullies out there who are just predators and are waiting to jounce on that your child that looks vulnerable because they have a crushed esteem. You're already throwing them under the bus. Because if daddy, mommy calls me names, and how can I even defend myself? Else is true. So they see themselves not being worthy, not good enough, all of that. So how can parents do much better? Build the self-esteem of their children, avoiding this body shaming. That's what we're looking at. Triple D from Waru said, good afternoon. Africa's leaders gathering. Okay, this is from here on. We're discussing the conversation now. So Hafsat said, Swat, naming kids good with good names and encourage them in their manners. Hafsat, thank you so much. Right. Yes, so Swat, the cat which fellow human beings fling the most and barred remarks at really terrible and absolutely reprehensible. Worst of all, when sons and towns are directed at the vulnerable in society. Our children are, says Laraba. Thank you so much. D1 in Garki. This is your stage here. You said it's a big shame for parents to body shame their child, and any parent that body shames a child is indirectly body shaming him because a child is literally the product of parents because he takes from both of them or their parent from the eyes to the nose to the high TC. Okay, thank you. I seem to agree. When you throw it, you're throwing it at yourself. Dave said, we live in the same neighborhood. Always hope we meet someday so I can appreciate you. Now I know how to recognize. On a serious note, always treat every child. That's you're talking to Tinubu Pekin, Dave. Now I know how to recognize you. On a serious note, always treat every child, whatever their look. They are also very conscious of, I have K-legs, but enough. My father told me I had legs, and that became my defense. Good job. You see how people, encourage their children? When you keep on pumping words to your child, you tell them, you are a king. You are not a pushover. You're good in what you do. Amazing child. Do you know what that does? Self-esteem. Anyone who tries to even tell them anything negative, they will face a child whose esteem has already been boosted by their parents, and they will not tolerate that being told who they are right from their. And so not anyone can come and tamper. People don't understand the power of words that you speak to your child, and you think it's okay for you to call your children and you say you're correcting them or you're joking. It's wrong. I think we need a culture and rather encourage. We're walking around with people who are going with a low self-esteem, and that's why you find at any tiny provocation you find people just resorting to just releasing the stored up anger that has built over the years. Could you just say something and so carry your head and hit against the wall and kill you? These are some of the things that this sort of name calling, body shaming to people and pushing that narrative. We need to watch it as a society. Okay. Evangelist Sai Wari said, good afternoon, amiable Swat. I look to commitment and steadfastness on this. May the love of God continue to abide with family in Jesus' name. Amen. Please let me have Mommy Z's for the purpose that you announced and certified Abubakar Tinubu came from PW's number if it pleases him. Evangelist Simon from Bari, if you're listening, please let me know if it's okay to send your number to him so that I can do that. Then good man's and mommy's number to you right now. Okay, so you can check that. Good afternoon, Swat. Let me use myself as an example. I was growing up, my siblings do call me, and I do feel ashamed. I can't baby names. It's not good for parents to call the names. Please note that correction. Thank you so much. Africa from Nyanya, afternoon, Swat. Thank you for the good topic. God bless. Thank you so much. God bless you too. Continue with our contributions. It's already to 3 p.m. We are closer to the end of the show. And with about how parents can handle not body shaming children. Hello.
Oh, good afternoon, Swat.
Good afternoon. Okay, welcome.
Well done.
Thank
you. So, you have to add, concern, as you said, children, that vulnerability to depression, people dramatically estimate it because one of the most common lines I hear concerning children, even when they've reached university, but especially secondary, you have problems. You don't have problems, you're lying. And the reason that kids are more vulnerable than any adult, regarding the weight of the problems on the adult, is because they don't have the world is them. They don't have the life experience behind them. They don't have the mental faculty, get strength yet. They just are not enough. It's like putting the most vulnerable plants, people that do a lot of horticulture. There's a way that they pamper these sometimes before they put them where they will finally to become a tree. And children like that. And so they are especially vulnerable. That thing you said about the 10-year-old, able to not look at it, he was passing or he stood not knowing he was about to move. If you cannot, one can only imagine how long that child thing before having taken the fact that he actually acted it out. Only imagine the number of months, if not that he had been thinking about what to do. Only 10 years old. So words are powerful. Words, life and death alone. And I also wanted to add, I was talking of the shaming. Yes, we are labeling it body, but you mentioned something, even just refer even to the child as stupid or something. But also names. There's somebody that gave a test. He was 20-something before he changed name. Guess what the father named him? Tragedy. Tragedy, I'm telling you. So, it was from talking to somebody else, a teacher at the time, a lecturer, that she said, have I not heard that one, there are all kinds of names that people outside Nigeria, Malawi. So I was thinking, we don't do that. She said, no, she knew growing up that was called Mutua.
Yes.
And she said one or two other notes. So sometimes even before I can say a word, before people's child has contributed to the way the parents treat her. So, well done.
Thank you so much. I think back in the days growing up, parents used to name their children. These names is Mutua, which means death. There's even a girl, while we grew up together, her name was Wahala, suffering. I met, what's this girl's name now? Okay, Dizot. Asked her the meaning of her name, and that happened in my language. And she said, graveyard or something, the sand on the graveyard. So some sort of really ridiculous and strange that people bear, apart from shaming. That. Thank you so much, Larry, bringing that up. And I think we would have to consider names we give to our children. Maybe tomorrow we'd have to focus on names. What are some of the strangest names or the meaning of names you've heard before? Because that will constitute a very big problem in our. Sometimes you just name people and you don't even know. It sounds so cool. And then you get to find out the meaning, and it's not something really nice. Yeah, but let's focus on the body shaming and what you think about it and how parents can handle children who they may not really like it. But your child, how do you handle their body parts that you may not be happy with, to avoid body shaming? Hello? Hello? I can't hear you. Please talk. Right, let's read other messages. Good afternoon, Swat. It's heard an archaic way of correcting a child. Say no to body shaming to anyone at Obuchi Ochiba from airport. Thank you so much. Okay, Dr. Pete in Abuja said, when I came to Nigeria, I could not believe my ears. Parents seeing their children from the age 1. These parents have self-esteem or low self-confidence and destroy the ego of their children. That's why there's a lot of criminality, as Dr. Pete. Exactly. When you are hurt as a person, or you heard your parents call you names and body shaming, the end is, if you don't get healing along the path, do the same thing to your child. Hurt other people. Abuse people, keep perpetrating that cycle and keep abusing people. So we need a society. We need to reevaluate our traditional cultural practices that are so counterproductive and retrogressive progress, which we say it's normal. It's okay. It's not okay. Not okay. This one is okay. Ruth from Madela, thank you. I sent your message. Appreciate that. God okay said, "Hi Swat, my friend. I met two sisters, and my guy said the younger lady is prettier. I noted the compliment didn't go down well with the elder lady. I immediately intervened and I said, agree that I feel the older lady was fine. I actually did that to cover up so that the sister would not feel shame, because I feel act is a kind of body shaming. What, Sister Swat? Very good one. God, you're a hero for that. That's so good. Even if you notice discrepancy. Remember they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but all skin deep. But please make it so obvious, especially siblings. Don't cause some sort of discomfort. Just compliment the two ladies. You ladies are pretty. You don't have to say prettier than the other. Thank you. So that was a good one. But dessert in June means poverty graveyard. Okay, dessert. Yeah, poverty. But the graveyard or something like that. What's that? Help me, Caleb, a bit. I think you understand more than me. So there's a name for that. There's one other name that signifies graveyard, and there's somebody that bears that name. Okay. Other names in Jew are Kwam, which means dead body. And somebody did that kind of name. Okay, let's do this tomorrow. Let's talk about names and strange meanings of names. Okay? I'm not exempted from this because my mother used to call me Bagba, Isiokbo, but that boom to my school, which my schoolmates ventured into it and calling me Agbagba Isiokbo me, which I found not funny. So I fought for it. My whatever. Okay, I fought whatever at my disposal back then, sent back home from school, but it was later resolved and I was called back to school. You know that when I went home, I brought a hanging mirror to know my head is really big enough. Oh yes, my head was big, but now I've grown up. It has a all right. What does that thing mean? I think it should mean big head, right? Sorry. God, you have outgrown that. Okay, this one said, Auntie Swat, I'm sorry for saying to you that forget about that one. It's okay. It's okay. Fine. It's fine. Maybe start doing some things now. If I started doing, you would not even believe. It's a jolt. It was a jolt to me. I think I was relaxed much. So Ruth, just chill. Fine. It's all right. Okay, yeah. Now go back to the phone lines as we begin to round up on our discussion this afternoon on body shaming, child body shaming specifically. Parents shame their children. What you think about how that can be better handled, especially in us like ours. 08099301337 sub number, and then 0095974669 and 07951 Okay, so love from you as we begin to round up. It's already 4:52 p.m. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
My name is Theophilus.
Welcome, Theophilus.
It's a wrong issue, and after many callers, it's a very wrong mindset towards children's growth and development. I've met someone like that who has grown up. He's an adult already. Because of training, the father subjected. He hardly can publish. Even in the midst of maybe like 5 or 6 people to talk was a problem for her. But I don't know how far she has outgrown the law. So it's a bad thing. And so it's not ideal. None of the children, if they have their choice, maybe of the kind of want to carry. But that is how God led me to the world. So let's just allow them to enjoy their life. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. Let's see who else do we have here. Hello? Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Okay.
She calls me big head, but actually I don't think it's that much.
Big head? Hello?
So I don't. Hello?
You said calls you big head. Why?
I don't know. She's in for fun.
So how does that make you feel? I'd love to have that conversation. Call me back, please do so I can sound like a child, or even though I'm not. But it's not only children. Everyone that you're okay, you see, you names and stuff like that. Hello.
Hello, Swat.
Hi. Welcome.
Hey, I'm Benedict from Swat.
All right.
Yeah, this topic actually goes back to what happened to my mother growing up when she was a kid. So she was growing up, she wasn't really looking, she was small though. So whenever you tell someone to age, it's like, oh, it's small, it's big. So my mom got worried, was like looking for solutions. So she told her friends that the doctor said, my son is not really the way I want him to live. I thought she let it get into this child because just to give them this inferiority, like when they're out there with their peers. So her friend told her that it's actually something that she can use, but she didn't try it because she used it on her own, and the thing started like forming the girl. The girl became
wow.
And she just her thing so big, and now they're not trying to trim the girl's weight down. So I don't really. I called my brother one day. Let me tell you, I have to start encouraging him. Your body size, you know the advantage you have. You are looking younger than you. You know how good that feels. Somebody you are 20, the person is like, I'm 15. Wow, you look so young. Very good with kids. Nothing, and he started looking like he is. Nature just took place. I told my mom, I said, this girl, you should leave him. So I don't really think, but she very, very wrong thing. I know I for one, actually, my mom, she never calls us later what she doesn't call you like Momo, idiot. Because people don't know that side idiot, that side start living like an idiot.
Very correct.
Yeah.
Very correct.
She tried to go out and someone calls you an idiot or her idiot. She can't defend herself because she'll be like, you don't know what to call me, maybe that I'm Nigerian.
Yeah.
So I really think it's a good idea. Parents do that.
Indeed.
That's my
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Benedicta. That's very, very key point for people, especially parents, especially guardians. If you have a child underneath, please avoid the root of a child by calling them. Stop using the name and the excuse that you are helping correct them or you're making fun and you're laughing. It's not funny. All of our words cannot be overused. Why do you think, they keep talking about speaking the right things yourself? You think it's a joke? Scientifically, it's been approved. It's been even proved. For those of you who say it's a spiritual thing, parents are bound that words have very much power. And as a child, you hold some sort of authority over your children. They are underneath you. And so the words you speak, whether you call them names, you call them body shame them, or you insult, calling them all sorts, it will begin to reflect. So when you call out consistently stupid and he starts behaving that way, blame yourself. You say mumu, and he begins to show traits of being a mumu. Just blame yourself. Stop crying, village. Sometimes you bring upon yourself the things you profess into the your kids. So whatever it is, we need to be careful. Holding that position is a joke. It's not something to, property so I can do. They are not your property. You're holding them in trust because you're not and sending them forth into the world to people. And the quality people that we have in society always starts from the family. It's a very, very, very big role and responsibility you cannot ignore. Having said that, I will close the show right now because it's time to go. This is a message from Chito Eze from Apo. You said, good afternoon, Ma. Please send Mom Izzy's number. Okay, thank you so much. I will do that right away. Then also, let me see. Chinelo said, Auntie Swat, sometimes parents follow spoiled child by overfeeding, make them to go out of shape and start them names. One day I was coming back from someone fat boy collect food from the dispatch rider. Some parents are for that. Okay, hello Swat, good day. Long time indeed. This is Humphrey from Jack. Frankly, it's not a misnomer for to body shame their children. You know what? Growing up, I had hatred for virtually all food. I became an issue. It was not medical, but sudden apathy for any food that's bad when being cooked. You could imagine that. And because of it, I was always and looked always pale. My parents got so me, and that made all my siblings taller than me. We even till tomorrow. So this made my parents then call me different names in dance. Do you blame my parents? But I realized what I did to myself and started eating those, especially beans that I had passion. Now I look very okay. Thanks, parents. Well, if you say so. For me, support that. Hello, Swat. Thank you what you do. Body shaming a child can affect self-esteem. We shouldn't take it lightly. Please. From Wuse 2. Thank you so much. Hafsa says, great job. Thank you. You guys don't know what your encouraging words mean to me. I'm grateful. This end of the sunny side. My name is, you can call me Her Vocal Majesty. I'll see you guys soon. God bless you and enjoy the rest of your day.
This is Nigeria Info.